Okay, another question on mean and standard deviation for group data. The times taken to travel to college by 2,500 students are summarized in the table. Calculate an estimate for the mean. So for mean, we multiply the mid values here with the frequencies. So the mid value for 0 to 20 is 10. Then it's going to be 25, 35, 50, and 75, I believe. Yeah. Now let's apply the formula for mean, which is mid times frequency plus mid value times frequency plus mid value times frequency plus mid value times frequency plus another last mid value times frequency divided by sum of all frequency, which is 2,500, and this would come out to be 31.44. Part B, calculate an estimate for the standard deviation. Okay, so for that we do 10 square times 440. I'm following the same formula, only I'm squaring the data values. 25 squared times 720 plus 35 squared times 920. This is supposed to be times. Plus 50 squared times 300 plus 75 squared times 120 divided by total data values 2,500 minus square of the mean, which was 21.44, square this and square root everything. This is the standard deviation, which would come out to be 15.2. Part C, in which interval does the upper quartile lie? Now, if you remember from O levels or before that, upper quartile is the value at the 75% position. So what's going to be the 75% of our data values? It is going to be 1875. So now which interval does 1875 lie in? So first, in the first interval, we have 440 students. Then we have 440 plus 720 students. That's 1160, still less than 1875. Then add 920 to it, and that is 2080, which is beyond 1875. That means that the 75% value lies here, that is in the interval 30 to 70. So the answer for part C is going to be the interval 30 to 40, this interval. Okay, next is, if it was later discovered that the times taken to travel to college by two students were incorrectly recorded. One student time was recorded as 15 instead of 5. Okay, so where is 15? 15 is somewhere over here. So one of these 40 students had an incorrect time recorded, and his time was recorded as 15 instead of 5. So 5 is also in the same interval. That means the person still stays in the same interval even though his time was wrongly recorded. But since the time is still between 0 to 0 to 20, there's going to be no change in the table. Let's check the other value. And other time was recorded as 65 instead of 75. So, okay, look for this person also, even though the value was incorrectly evaluated at first, but 75 and 65 both lie in this interval. So that means still there's going to be no change in this table. So without doing any further calculations, state with a reason whether the estimate of standard deviation in part B would be increased, decreased, or stay the same. So nothing is going to change. It'll stay the same because 15 and 5 are in same time interval, 0 to 20, and 65 and 75 are also in the same time interval, 60 to 90. Hence, no change in standard deviation, or no change in table, and hence no change in standard deviation.